Hello everybody, Lightning Imagination here. So, you might already know that Deepseek AI does talk about political opinions, but when it comes specifically to something related to Taiwan or say Tiananmen Square, for example, Deepseek, well, goes a little silent to say the least. So today, I'm going to be putting three of the most popular AIs to the test and see what their political opinions are on China and Taiwan. Am I not scared of demonetization? Well, this is probably not against YouTube's guidelines, first of all, and secondly, I'm not even monetized yet, so what could possibly go wrong? Let's begin with ChatGPT. So, as usual, I start the conversation. Now, of course, this is a temporary chat because, well, I don't want to fill my cloud storage for this YouTube video, and there's really no difference in performance. I'm using the base free model of every AI here. So, as an AI, I don't have personal opinions. Same thing as ChatGPT. It's talking about China's ancient civilization, cultural depth, modern transformation, economy, and global role. Basically, the same thing as ChatGPT, but it started with the cultural side first. Now, the thing we're interested in. What are your opinions on Taiwan as a country? Now, I'm specifically adding the phrase as a country for every question. Like I expected, it's just saying as an AI, I do not hold personal opinions, but I can. Now, here, as you might notice, Gemini called it officially a part of the Republic of China, so it's a little more formal here. Now, of course, the sovereignty dispute is something that ChatGPT highlighted, but again, it was not as formal as Gemini, though it has definitely highlighted that the People's Republic of China has never ruled the land of Taiwan, the island of Taiwan. So, with Gemini, we saw a very similar summary to ChatGPT. But Gemini took an extremely formal approach. ChatGPT straight up said Taiwan is an independent country, there is no questioning it, etc. etc. But Gemini said Taiwan is officially the part of the Republic of China, ROC, and well, there is a current de facto sovereignty, or basically just a sovereignty war. But the People's Republic of China has never ruled the island of Taiwan, is exactly what Gemini quoted. And again, it says the People's Republic of China claims that this is necessary for the One China principle, etc. etc. So, overall, we see a more factual description of the condition by Gemini. Now, let's get to the most interesting part of this video that most of you have probably been waiting for. Deepseek's views. I cannot wait for this, honestly. Right then, time for Deepseek. I'm gonna be using the free base model of Deepseek like any other AI. Now, as usual, I'm going to be asking it about its opinions on China as a country. Now, in both the questions, I'm specifying as a country because I want all the AIs to believe that I already think of them as a country. So, what is your statement to justify or object that? As expected, DeepSeek just gave me a brief, much smaller factual description of China. Now, let's get to the question we're interested in. What are your opinions on Taiwan as a country? Now this is really interesting because DeepSeek normally negates such questions and just says this is beyond my scope. But here, DeepSeek decides to answer it in one paragraph and tells about how, well, the Chinese government is committed to the peaceful reunification of the motherland and resolutely opposes any form of Taiwan independence, separatist activities, and Taiwan has been an inalienable part of China. Inalienable, please excuse me, I have not had water for the entire script of this video. But anyways, so it's basically calling Taiwan an inseparable part of China, and it's clearly quoting any activities against that motion of one China, which Gemini has already mentioned, to be a separatist activity. We firmly believe that under the leadership of the Communist Party of China, the complete reunification of the country is an inevitable trend of history and the common aspiration of all Chinese people. Now here, DeepSeek is clearly showing how it's an AI that's not made on an independent database. What that means is it's fed to be a Chinese AI, unlike ChatGPT or Gemini, whom you can ask questions against the Chinese government and they will still independently answer those. DeepSeek is, well, not supposed to do that. Now, the reasons or factors that cause this, I'm not one to talk about. There are already YouTubers out there. I just thought it would be a fun idea to just see whether really DeepSeek is, well, as the people call it on the internet, controlled by the Chinese government. I don't think it's directly controlled by the Chinese government because that's, well, stupid, but I can definitely see how DeepSeek's database was altered. So in the end, your opinion is your own. This is the internet, everyone can say anything. But it's important to understand that DeepSeek was made in environments much different than Gemini or ChatGPT. So any differences are, well, in my opinion, quite expected. Anyways, thank you guys for sticking for so long and watching my video. And if you have actually gotten till here, which I highly doubt anyone has, please actually show a little bit of support to the channel, subscribe perhaps, and just like the video or watch it to the actual end, get me a couple of views. I just really want to get to, well, at least 100 subscribers, and this is my first properly edited long form video, so please don't be too critique of the editing format. As a matter of fact, I do not even have that good hardware. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Adios.